I'm going to be sharing 4 books that are great for pulling you out of a reading slump. Reading slumps are one of the worst feelings in my opinion, and here are 4 books that I think could help someone get out of a reading slump. So the first one is the first book in the Shady Hollow series. I have yet to read the second book, but I found this series on Instagram, and a lot of people said that they were reading it with their kids, so I figured I'm good with like nothing in it, if that makes sense, as I'm a very strict no spice reader. This book was really cute, and it was just a really good lighthearted mystery. It actually, like, the whole character vibe reminded me of the cartoon Franklin, and I really liked it. If you're a person that loves mystery books, but you also want something very lighthearted, I would recommend this one, especially if you just read a book that was a little bit more graphic or heavy. This is a really great, like, palate cleanser, I guess you could call it. And yeah, like I said, I have yet to read the second book, but I'm definitely going to, and I'm really excited because this first book was really good, and I'm hoping that the second book is going to be really good also. So the second book in this video is going to be The Enchanted Greenhouse. This was actually my very first book review on this channel, and I actually read the first book to this. I forgot what it was called. It was called The Spell Shop. And I will be honest that this book I actually liked way better than the first book. It was one of those books that you just couldn't put down. I liked the mystery, and there's also talking plants, which I think was so funny. And some of the plants were very sassy, which I personally find that quite funny, to be honest. But I really enjoyed this book, and it's definitely a really good mystery. And I just like the fact that they added like whimsical characters to this book, which made it even better in my personal opinion. Like I said, I think it is so funny when you watch cartoons and there's a talking like plant. I think it's just so funny. All right, next up is Alice in Wonderland here. This is just a really good classic in my opinion. This book I actually got a few years ago just because I thought it looked so gorgeous. Now, I've actually already read another book of this, but like the cover was different, obviously. If you're a person that likes Alice in Wonderland, I would recommend giving this one a go. This actually is 2 books, so it has Alice in Wonderland and then Alice Through the Looking Glass. I'm thinking I may have to reread this book just because Alice in Wonderland is my favorite movie, and I think a lot of people are reading more classics, which I think is actually really nice. But yeah, I would definitely recommend this. Definitely more lighthearted, and I think it's just a really good book, especially if you like Alice in Wonderland. And in all honesty, this cover, this book jacket is just really cute as it is. Like I said, this is Alice in Wonderland and Alice Through the Looking Glass. Both books are in the same book, if that makes sense. All right, so next up and last up is going to be On Wings of Ash and Dust. This book I actually got a few years ago. I really liked this book. If you are familiar with like the Pirate Fairy and Tinkerbell, that is what this book was apparently supposed to be inspired by, but with obviously like no spice, no nothing. I think the author wrote it to have more of like a Tinkerbell Terrence vibe to it. I really liked this book, and yeah, that is it for this video.